So I just my matching tattoos, cause I put them on for you. If you ever start to really win, if you ever find your queen, I hope she lets you down, 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 down. I hope she lets you down, 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 down. But I hope she lets you down, 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 down. I hope she lets you down, 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 down.
Oxygen mix.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
For sure, for sure. For sure, for sure. For sure, for sure. For sure, for sure. Yeah. My love for you is true, my love for you is real, my love for you is for sure. Every time that I speak, every time that clock ticks, my love remains for sure. Every day that I wake, every breath that I take, my love will be for sure. Na chochote utakacho nitakupa go mari niwe mazeni for sure. For sure, for sure. For sure, for sure. For sure, for sure. My love is real. Pale nje nikakuona with your girls ukicheka, hata kudekadeka nilikuwa kwenye free nikichuka ngeta, nikanibamba nikakuweka kwa sekta. Tangu siku ya kwanza nimetafuta dem rembo kama wewe but sikupata, lakini sasa mazee nimepata na sitakuacha nipate number. Girl, what's your name, where you come from? Are you living with a man or you been living on your own? That's a big mansion, give me the way. Kila siku every day, make love for she's ain't my love. My love for you is true, my love for you is real, my love for you is for sure. Every time that I speak, every time the clock ticks, my love remains for sure. Every day that I wake, every breath that I take, my love will be for sure. Na chochote utakacho nitakupa go mari niwe mazeni for sure. For sure, for sure. For sure, for sure. For sure, for sure. My love is real. You what I mean? The satisfaction guarantee. Women in CMBPREZ. Oh, and I'm the king. Oh yes, baby girl, you could be my queen. Na mambo bado hapa ni mwanzo. Kwa hivyo kitupa mbao shauri yako. How does it sound? Me and you across the globe. How does it sound? Me and you can go. How does it sound? Let's go gray and old. Together we stand divided we fall as far. How does it sound? And you know I get down like my hit single. Shorty come, let's get down and make all them haters bow down. Tell them we don't care, to us they're nothing but clown. Tell them we don't care, to us they're nothing but clown.
Usipena hofu mami, kwenye bawa zangu mimi nitakutunza we. Kwenye bawa zangu mimi nitakutunza we.
My love for you is true, my love for you is real, my love for you is for sure. Every time that I speak, every time that clock ticks, my love remains for sure. Every day that I wake, every breath that I take, my love will be for sure. Na chochote utakacho nitakupa go mari niwe mazeni for sure. For sure, for sure. For sure, for sure. For sure, for sure. My love is real.
Since the day I laid my eyes on you, I said I do. I doubted yes, but can't take my eyes off you. I thought I could. I you my pretty, for sure, for sure, for sure. Yeah, you my lady, you my lady, for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. You my lady,
You my baby.
for sure,
That's for sure. That's for sure. And you know what?
yes, you make me better.
My love for you is true, my love for you is real, my love for you is for sure. Every time that I speak, every time that clock ticks, my love remains for sure. Every day that I wake, every breath that I take, my love will be for sure. Na chochote utakacho nitakupa go mari niwe mazeni for sure. For sure, for sure. My love remains for sure. My love will be for sure. My love is real.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
This is Hendrix Sam.
Saw your message, watch your tone. I'm not yours, not anymore. Maranga pinta kusho. Didn't I show you out the door? Live with grace, leave me alone. Oh, gotta end the cycle before I go cycle. Gotta end the cycle right now. Gotta end the cycle before I go cycle. Gotta end the cycle right now. So I'll say bye. I don't wanna hear it from you. Lost my peace just thinking of you. Time is money, oh so precious. I'd be crazy to let you enter. So I'll decline. I'll decline. I'll decline. I'll decline. Told your friends eti naringa cham singi hukushika. We done, baby, it's over. But energy sent back to sender. Better learn to take a no. Know my words, so out you go. Take you L, you goddamn hoe. Oh, gotta end the cycle before I go cycle. Gotta end the cycle right now. Gotta end the cycle before I go cycle. Gotta end the cycle right now. So I'll say bye. I don't wanna hear it from you. Lost my peace just thinking of you. Time is money, oh so precious. I'd be crazy to let you enter. So I'll decline. I'll decline. I'll decline. I'll decline. I'll decline. I'll
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
Good morning, good morning, good morning on this beautiful Wednesday morning. I hope you are doing fantastic and after Bandamano, I hope that umetuliza. Welcome to the Power Morning Drive Show. My name is Wanyoike and I am officially welcoming you to the Power Morning Drive Show on Power Radio. You want to get in touch with us? This is where I remind you, you can do that on our social media platforms. We are across TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and X at Power Radio. We are also on YouTube at Power Radio, and also you can find us on our website. That is www.power254.org/Power Radio. Let's get into some music and we come back. We discuss the day that was quite colorful day yesterday at the finance bill tax protests, and we shall be discussing in depth about picketing and the role of citizens in the advancement of their cause, in Kenya through through exercising their rights of protest and picketing. This is Power Radio.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Step in on the dance and do the shoulder back. Shoulder back. Everybody do the shoulder back. Shoulder back. Brand new style, we call it shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Moonwalk and do the shoulder back. Shoulder back. Step in on the dance and do the shoulder back. Shoulder back. A new style, we call it shoulder back. 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 Everybody have to do. Have to do. All your friends and big up on the crew. Step in at the dance. Step in at the show. Represent where you're from. Show me where you do. Alright. Slowly bounce with it. Nuff gyal a hill again, bad man a did it. Back in at the latest style, man a silly. Step in at the place, everybody have to feel it. Everybody have to feel it. They show me I steal it. Run it so me kill it every hour, every minute. Fresh new dance out a route, we a sell it. Brand new style in at the street, me a kill it. Alright. Step in at the dance and do the shoulder back. Shoulder back. Everybody do the shoulder back. Shoulder back. Brand new style, we call it shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Moonwalk and do the shoulder back. Shoulder back. Step in at the dance and do the shoulder back. Shoulder back. A new style, we call it shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Schools bounce with it. With the kids in the street, them get busy with it. With the thugs, them a pose and click at them feel it. We take over the street and dance, yeah, lock it. Yeah, dance, yeah, lock it. Everybody move to me left and me right. Give me space, let me show you how we are ride. When me step up in at the place, them my eye. A brand new style in at the latest design. So step and come in now. Girl, your body fit, call your friend them thinner. She pass a one, everybody start come in now. Select everyone, the tune release the killer. Alright. Step in at the dance and do the shoulder back. Shoulder back. Everybody do the shoulder back. Shoulder back. Brand new style, we call it shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Moonwalk and do the shoulder back. Shoulder back. Step in at the dance and do the shoulder back. Shoulder back. A new style, we call it shoulder back. 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 Everybody have to do. Call your friends and big up on the crew. Step in at the dance. Step in at the show. Represent where you're from. Show me where you do. Slowly bounce with it. Nuff gyal a hill again, Batman a did it. Back in at the latest style, man a sell it. Step in at the place, everybody have to feel it. Everybody have to feel it. They show me I steal it. Run it so me kill it every hour, every minute. Fresh new dance out a road, we a sell it. Brand new style in at the street, me a kill it. Alright. Step in at the dance and do the shoulder back. Shoulder back. Everybody do the shoulder back. Shoulder back. Brand new style, we call it shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Moonwalk and do the shoulder back. Shoulder back. Step in at the dance and do the shoulder back. Shoulder back. A new style, we call it shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Step in at the dance and do the shoulder back. Shoulder back. Everybody do the shoulder back. Shoulder back. Brand new style, we call it shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Moonwalk and do the shoulder back. Shoulder back. Step in at the dance and do the shoulder back. Shoulder back. A new style, we call it shoulder back. 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 Shoulder back.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up. More H
Big shout out to Vince on the beat, by the way.
Dear ex, ni mimi mresh. Leo utashtuka sana juu itakuja kama text. Naona kwako uko sawa na mi kwangu unani mess. Na flirt many stress kwangu kila siku ni case. Unanipigia mbona unanikasia? Kwanza naomba itoke siku nisike tu umedisappear. Alafu sikiza my dear, au mademu nakatia po maskani nikipitia. Sifa wanakuharibia. Papara punguza soon utaparara kukuru kakara watafuta madhara. Futa bamba tena kwanza ukipata kihara. Ogopa muhadhara ataki kani yako sitaki. Hujapewa umenusa ushatangazia umati. Senge kucheki na kupimia na manati. Wepigwa moja pa kichwa katikati. Peleka pande ile wapi kule peleka pande ile wapi kule kuna vitu vingi vya maana si uzingatia. Kwani we ni wa wapi? Haujasikia? Hii ni gari kubwa, we si abiria. Hapa kali mbwa, wezi karibia. Alafu mimi ndo malkia, unaanzaje kunikatia? Hebu soja funga njia kwanza, gera rahia. Kama uko na ex kando yako na nakutupia machoka na hey you make a clap now. Uko na ex wa makex na vex kwa hii place kana hey you make a clap now. Nimepost mwenzako mimi niko coast, kuna piga tu matos na kona chali mdos. Niko pa pot no nimekujia hii post, mkopi ni wapige tosh, tell him this is his loss. Peleka pande ile wapi kule peleka pande ile wapi kule ile peleka pande ile wapi kule.
Big shout out to Vince on the beat, by the way.
You killed this one. Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
Pande Ile by Saru, playing right here on the Power Morning Drive Show on Power Radio. And as you can see, I'm joined by one and only James Kamau. Good morning, Mr. James.
Good morning, Anne.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Najua jana ulifanyiwa ile kitu ulienda.
Nakwambia jana was a very, very, very interesting and good day for us. I want to thank all those guys wenye walijitokeza kwenda kufanya protest against the finance bill.
Yes.
Especially the new face of the protest.
Right.
Gen Z. Hey, you guys. You
Shout
rock.
out to Gen Z, man.
You rocked.
Yes.
Imagine, initially we thought that there's no hope, especially when we talk about millennials, those guys ati hao ni watu wenye wako na huko chini, they're being held back, they are not concentrating and even participating on the affairs of the country. But yesterday, we saw the new hope.
Yes.
And that new hope is the Gen Zs.
Gen Zs.
And those are the new faces.
That's a new face. According to the Daily Nation, and today we are going to do the show a little bit different. It's a special episode where we will be discussing all things protest, picket, and the finance bill.
Yes.
And so our news roundup will be the continuous show. So the Daily Nation has given us the story there, the new face of protests as Ruto backs down. And you've said something interesting that you thought that there was no hope. But when going outside there, jana kwa maandamano, you saw that young people are taking the bull by the horns. Many of them were arrested.
Yes.
You know, but they were bold enough to go out there and made their voices heard.
Yes.
And indeed, we can see that something came out of it. But I want to ask something, yeah? So from because you did go, you were at the forefront. Did you get a sense that they understand the intricacies of, whatever they are protesting for? And do you think this is going to continue? Is it going to be a sustained revolution, as they are calling it, the Gen Z revolution? What's your take, even from your observation yesterday?
What I would say is that it's a wake-up call by the government because we have seen a lot of injustice happening, especially for the general population. Many of the young people who we are having currently, they lack job. They lack social amenities. There is a lot of dilapidation of road where they live. And therefore, there was need for them to come out that they express their opinion. And how they came out and expressed their opinion was something which was amazing because you realize that the organization of the whole protest was done through the social media.
Yes,
Therefore,
TikTok.
I also bring into attention the
Yes.
role of technology,
Yes.
especially when planning some of these things. I mean, technology has played a very great role. And many people who are using those technology are the young people.
That's right.
And therefore,
Yeah.
when we are seeing that these young people are using this technology to advance some of the issues which are happening within their places, then it becomes something which is very good.
Yes.
And in regards to that, the issue of finance bill has been publicized so much. They have seen a lot of increase which the government itself had suggested on the finance bill. And all those things have been going around the social media. And therefore, when these young people interrogated this,
Finance bill.
and of course they said this is something which is not good for them.
For them, yes.
And they won't sit down and wait for that finance bill to pass.
To be passed, yes.
Yes.
And somebody said they were discussing this whole, Gen Z revolution, as we could call it right now, that for a long time, it seems as if protesters have been the ones that are paid by government or their proxies by government. But you find that these ones who are there yesterday are educated, young Kenyans, speaking very nice English. They went there with their smartphones. They seem not to be intimidated by the police. Even somebody I was seeing a TikTok video of a girl saying that this tear gas is they should mint it and give it they should give it various
Iwekwe aroma.
iwekwe tu angalau different flavors, because it's not it's not as punitive as they think they are. So as if we are seeing a new uprising of young people. And I mean, of course, we cannot say that this is the first time that young people are seeing at the forefront of fighting for better and fighting for a cause in various nations, even in Kenya.
Yes.
I mean, the independence movement alone was by young people. It's just that now we have a new generation, and we have avenues like TikTok technology, for instance, as you have said, that allows us to be on the receiving end of this kind of information that we're talking about. Yeah.
You said it very right, that like yesterday,
Yes.
there was not a single stone which was thrown.
Good.
Yeah, business were not looted. Yeah, the whole protest was not organized at a political angle. Yeah, there was not a single person who was paid. These young people, they're patriotic.
Young and, yes,
I mean,
yeah. Some students.
I could see the passion which they had while doing the protest. And this resonate with how they feel and how they want our country to be.
Run.
Yeah?
Yes.
I could see the passion that they had. Many of them, about 90% of them, had never gone to a protest.
Yeah. They were 21, 22. This was the very first time
for a protest.
That's true.
And therefore, they were so passionate about the cause.
The cause that they are fighting for. So that somebody would argue then, you are too young, you do not know what you are protesting about. What would you say to this kind of criticism?
That person arguing like that is arguing from a point of mis and disinformation. Because what has been happening in the country is that in many circumstances we are seeing the political elite have not been, they have been sidelining so much the young people. They have been sidelining so much the youth.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
When we talk about the hustlers government,
yes,
who are the hustler?
It's them, the young people.
Yeah?
Of the, us.
Yes.
We the people.
It's the young
citizens,
people.
Yeah.
Those are the hustlers.
Yeah.
If the government is not at the forefront of trying to address the issues, but training those hustlers who are the young people, then they will uprise against the government.
Yes.
And this is what we are seeing. We are seeing these young people who have a lot of myriad of issues within themselves. We are
Talk
seeing
of
them
unemployment.
of course, and they have not been included in the governance space of this country. I mean, what would they do wakiwa pale mtaani? Kazi yao nyinyi kama viongozi, you're not taking into account what their issues, what they're telling you.
Yes.
There's lack of employment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Many of them are
Opportunities.
learned.
Yes.
Opportunity comes
Hakuna.
and you don't give them as
That's
leaders.
right. Now we have punitive taxes.
You are not creating an environment which is conducive for investors to come so that these young people
Can get
employment.
That's right.
And then you are coming up with a punitive tax, not only to those young people who don't have money, but also to the investors who can come and invest in this country and create a lot of employment. What do you think would be the end result for these young people?
Wow. And so even as we continue to talk about this, of course, police brutality is something that we cannot avoid in this. And I know you've said that it was not, there was not necessarily a lot of stone throwing, but there was tear gas.
Yes.
And I saw also water canisters being thrown at people. And of course, others were put into prison in their hundreds.
Yes.
So do we understand peaceful protests in this country?
Let me tell you. Article 21 of the Constitution of Kenya. It's talk about rights and freedom.
Yes.
We have the right to picket.
Right.
We have the right for peaceful protests.
Ni haki yako wewe kama Mkenya kuandamana.
Iko katika katiba. It's not something that tutaenda huko kuuliza polisi. Iko katika katiba. We have the right to do that.
Yes.
The work of the police is to protect us. Is to protect those people who are doing peaceful protests.
Demonstrations, yes.
Yesterday, it was peaceful protest. It was peaceful demonstration. Just imagine, and it's so sad. It's so sad for even this police officer. These people who are protesting walikuwa natetea haki zao mapolisi pia.
Yes.
Kwa sababu the more si mkate bei yake baadaye ilireduciwa.
Yes.
It has not been reduced for those people who are in the protest peke yake. It's for all the Kenyan, I mean, including those police.
Yes.
You see those police, they come from a family setting. And imagine, it was sad to see polisi wazee wa baba wakitupia watoto wao, watoto wao tear gas. Wengine hata wengine ni mbaya sana, na ni jambo la aibu pia kuona wewe ambaye polisi vidole zako zilikatika na tear gas. Wewe unarushia
young Kenyans,
watoto wako na we ni mzee. I mean, watoto wako wamekuja kukutetea ili serikali reduce the cost of living.
Right.
And then sasa wewe badala ya kuwasaidia kufikisha ujumbe, wewe umekuja hapa kuanza kuwarushia tear gas, kuanza kuwatawana.
Maintaining law and order.
That is not what we call maintaining law and order.
Yes. There are more amicable ways.
That's not the aspects of being vigilant. I mean, so what I'm trying to say is the role of the security officers should be to provide security to all the Kenyan citizens.
Right.
Irrespective of their gender, irrespective of their age, and also to ensure as the Kenyans continue to do what they have to do, they are doing it at peace.
Yes.
But it didn't happen yesterday.
Yeah. We didn't see
walikuja kufikiria hii ni ile tu maandamano ya politician.
Kawaida.
I mean, it was not organized by any political elite. I mean,
it's the Kenyans.
It is the Kenyans.
Themselves.
It is the Kenyans.
Yeah.
So I think it's a clarion call for the police.
Yes.
The security officer. Please. Saa zingine mtitumie fujo kwa watu ambao hawana fujo. Imagine saa zingine hata tuliona ni hao wanafanyanga watu wakue na fujo mingi kwa sababu the moment wanakuja wanaanza kusuppress watu, the moment wanaanza kutisha watu wakiwarushia tear gas,
become aggressive.
Yes. But thank God yesterday
It was semi peaceful.
People are regrouping, wakikuja, wakiwatawanya, wana regroup in another area, wana regroup tena, wana regroup tena. The most important thing is the message ilifika.
And was this your first time to ever protest?
No, it is not my first time.
You've protested before?
Yes, I have protested before.
What have you been protesting about?
I've protested on so many issues, especially mambo ya serikali, especially when as a one, I'm a human rights defender, and also I'm an activist.
Yes.
Yeah, apart from the aspect that I'm implementing project, you can't implement projects on something. You can't tell people what to implement this, do this, and then you are not leading it by,
example.
Yes. So at the end of the day, what is most important is to lead and to ensure that the cause which you are telling people to do,
you're about it, you're taking
actively. Yes, you're taking action. Because if you want to fight some of the injustices which are happening within our country, then sometimes, as the Constitution tells us, we have the right to picket.
Yes.
We have the right to do demonstration and protest. So definitely we have to lead by example. Yes. Yeah.
Wow. And so when we come back, we shall... Today we are this is a show that is dedicated towards the finance bill. We are looking at all the ins and the outs of the finance bill, the protest, what this could potentially mean for Kenya, what it means for the generations to come, what it means for even us, the generation that is within this time right now. So you do want to stick around. This is Power Radio on the Power Morning Drive Show. I shall come back with a little bit of some traffic updates. Jana najua hamkuwa munaingia town vizuri, but today we will see whether you are safe to use some routes. So keep it right here on Power Radio. Remember, the hashtag to use is hashtag Power Morning Drive Show, and you can throw in your comments, questions. If you went to protest yesterday, let us know what your experience was and what you got out of that whole entire situation. The hashtag to use again is at Power Morning Drive Show, and we are at Power Radio across TikTok. We are on X, we are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, we are also on YouTube. You can catch this live broadcast at Power Radio. Please subscribe, share, like, comment, do all the things. You can also get us on our website, www.power254.org/Power Radio. When I come back, we get into the traffic updates, and also we look at what some of the tax recommendations that have been thrown away as a result of yesterday's maandamano. This is Power Radio.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
I've been spending all of my day trying to find a way to show I love you in a way. I've been spending all of my night trying to visualize your beautiful eyes, my sweet love, my sweet love, sweet love, 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 sweet love, love, love. See you in these images. I know I sound a little crazy. Ever since you came my way, my whole life has changed, and I do not regret this beautiful feeling of sweet love. My sweet love, 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 sweet love, love, love. And it's a feeling in my heart, feeling in my soul, feeling me up from my head to my toes. Sio kama mapenzi ya kawaida, penzi siwezi kuelewa kabisa. And it's a feeling in my heart, feeling in my soul, feeling me up from my head to my toes. Sio kama mapenzi ya kawaida, penzi siwezi kuelewa kabisa. Such a sweet feeling to feel love.
Radio. Tune in and power up.
Another day, another crisis. Keyboard warrior still typing. Mini lava siku hizi spendi fighting. Na maheta hawawezi ntoa timing. Na hata wakinita guide, I know my baby will be by me. Na wakiniseti kwa IG, dawa ya watiaji huwanga silence. Niko sherehe mina vibe, nanyi munani analyze. Who I wonder why, me I'm just tryna catch a wine. We shughulika na your life. Niko sherehe mina vibe, nanyi munani analyze. Who I wonder why, I'm just tryna catch a wine. We shughulika na your life. Cheki zangu zime nice. Don't you disrespect my lover. Sina noma my guy. Tonight I don't want no drama. Sina noma my guy. Chaber dongingero anahero gasianda. Sina noma my guy. Leo ni party hadi mchana. Sina noma my guy. Sherehe na piganga na kikosi. Kwa mfuko pesa haikosi. Mademu wananiitanga kiongozi. Vile mimi hutesanga Nairobi. Sele zimeripoti. Chini tuko kwa magoti. Akiwewe wewe usinirekodi. Kesho nipate mmesha niposti. Niko sherehe mina vibe. Nanyi munani analyze. Who I wonder why, me I'm just tryna catch a wine. We shughulika na your life. Niko sherehe mina vibe. Nanyi munani analyze. Ooh, I wonder why, I'm just tryna catch a wine. We shughulika na your life. Cheki zangu zime nice. Don't you disrespect my lover. Sina noma my guy. Tonight I don't want no drama. Sina noma my guy. Chaber dongingero anahero gasianda. Sina noma my guy. Leo ni party hadi mchana. Sina noma my guy. Sina noma. Sina noma my guy. Sina noma. Sina noma my guy. Sina noma my guy. Chaber dongingero anahero gasianda. Sina noma my guy.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
I just wanna be with you and I know vex. I just wanna be with you and I know best. I just wanna be with you, yeah. You elevate, and when we did together we marinate. And everything you say I resonate. And when I day inside you, you lulate. I li on fire, too easy. I'm feeling you, I'm loving you. You make it too easy. I'm touching you and I'm rubbing you. You make it too easy. Oh baby, you got the body, make me lose my mind, oh. You're like nobody I know. Oh baby, you got the body, every tantalizer. Baby, you energize, oh. Anything you want, baby girl, you know I can't deny you. Anywhere you go, I'll go. When I'm feeling low, you're the only one who
me and you. How you do me, I don't know. You elevate, and when we did together, we marinate. And everything you say, I resonate. And when I day inside you, you lulate. I li on fire, too easy. I'm feeling you, I'm loving you. You make it too easy. I'm touching you, and I'm rubbing you. You make it too easy. You make it too easy. You make it too easy.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
All right, that is Bien, and it's playing right here on Power Radio. Welcome to the Power Morning Drive Show. If you're just joining us, this is the one-stop shop for all your important conversations. My name is Wanyoike, and I'm your host, and I am not alone in studio. I am joined by my very able and amazing co-host, Mr. James Kamau. We're talking about the finance bill and everything in between the finance bill, from the protest to the new phase of protest and what that would portend for this nation. You know, a lot of revolutionary acts going on in their different cycles. But as I promised, let's get into some traffic updates real quick so that usijipate katika matata na haujui. All right, we start with Langata Road. Heading towards Galleria Mall is bumper to bumper all the way from Kwea University, from Rongai. But after that, it's moving smoothly. I can also see that Ngong Road from Impala Club all the way till Prestige Plaza is Musongamano. Code red, painted red. So if you can use alternative routes, please make sure to do so. I can see Valley Road. You guys are looking good. It's all clear today, so that's amazing. Wayakiwe, kama kawaida pale Nairobi University, all the way till Anniversary Towers is madness. So if you can avoid that route, please do so. Where is this? Thika Road. From Madare Hospital heading towards Pangani is all painted red, but clear after that. And we also see Kiambu Road from Muthaiga towards Pangani is a no-go zone. In case of any accidents or incidents, let us know. Na tuta make sure that we let our listeners and our audience know which routes to avoid and which ones to go into. You can do that on our social media handles. You can at us at Power Radio across TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and X. And also you can get us on our YouTube channel that is at Power Radio. Ingia pale kwa comment section, chafua comment section, and we shall be sure to shout you out as well. If you have any music request that you would like to us to play, please make sure you do so. Now, Mr. Kamau,
Yes.
we continue with our day's discussion. Today is Retire Wednesdays, but specifically we are discussing the finance bill. It's, same thing. I have a story here on the page 5 of the Standard. State makes concessions on new taxes, but now there are some things that were dropped from yesterday's maandamano. And so this article by Masharia Kamau and Brian Gugi states that the 16% VAT tax on bread, 2.5% annual motor vehicle tax, and equal levy on locally manufactured products among tax proposals dropped. However, there are proposals to hike road maintenance levy that will increase cost of fuel. To just read a little excerpt from that story on the page 5 of the Standard. President William Ruto yesterday succumbed to relentless and unprecedented public pressure and acceded to recommendations by the National Assembly Finance and National Planning Committee to drop some of the punitive tax proposals in the Finance Bill 2024. However, Kenyans will still have to contend with some of the tax measures that were made in the original bill that was tabled in Parliament early May and had been criticized as likely to leave ordinary mwananchi worse off amid a biting high cost of living. Among the proposed taxes that have been dropped following public push include the 2.5% annual motor vehicle tax, the 16% value-added tax, that's the VAT on bread, eco levy on locally manufactured products, and excise duty on locally assembled motorcycles. We also have mobile money transfer fee remains at 15% instead of what had been earlier on been recommended. The committee had also said that farmers, traders and other businesses with a turnover of below 1 million shillings would be exempted from e-TIMS registrations. We know what has been going on with the e-TIMS registrations by the KRA. The taxman needs their money and they are not backing down at that. So at a glance, let's see the numbers here. 302 billion Kenyan shillings. This is how much the Treasury expects the Finance Bill 2024 will help collect in new and additional taxes. We have 3.343 trillion Kenyan shillings projected revenue for the 2024-2025 financial year, of which 2.9 trillion will be in tax revenues and 400 billion shillings will be through fines, levies and fees by government agencies. And then 3.99 trillion is the budget for the 2024-2025 financial year that will be financed by the revenues collection and debt. And to catch our episode that we did last Wednesday on the financial year, that Mr. James really did a good job at breaking it down, you can head out to our YouTube channel to catch when does the budget year start for Kenya. He did an amazing job to ensure that you are able to understand that in depth. Then 597 billion Kenyan shillings is the deficit that will be bridged by debt from local and foreign lenders. But if there's something that you should understand from this point is that the concessions that were made, or rather some of the recommendations from the proposal that were dropped, is one, the 2.5% motor vehicle tax that was dropped, 16% VAT on bread dropped, eco levy on locally manufactured products dropped, and mobile money transfer fee remains at 15%. Mr. James Kamau.
Yes.
Are you tickled by this? Ama, you are just like, more is on our way. It's not yet time to rejoice. Yeah.
I would say what you have just said last. It's not it's time to rejoice. Because serikali wanaweza kuwa akisema tu hivi ati wamereduce some of the things, but at the end of the day zitakuwa zimefichwa huko ndani. So remember our issue was one. We want to reject the finance bill in totality. In totality.
Not
and this is what the Kenyans are saying. Finance bill haitufavi. Why are you forcing it into our throat? Yes, we understand that the issues of tax justice, that the government has to raise some revenue, but it doesn't have to raise the revenue at the interest ya kufinyilia wananchi wa Kenya.
That's right.
So our issue was, point number one, that our MPs to reject the finance bill in totality. Remember how we started the campaign? We started the campaign by ensuring that we either, you citizen, call or text your MP. And we want to thank Kenyans. They did it very well. They called, they text their MPs. Many of the MPs received so many messages of one, reject the finance bill. There is now the timeline. And I want also to thank the Kenyans who came out yesterday, because as a result of the protest, the government through now the finance committee, and we can see that the ruling party, that is the order, who came under the aspect of the hustler.
Yes.
They did their PG yesterday.
Yes.
And they proposed some of the changes. Yes, we can see some of the changes are good, like reducing the
16% VAT on bread.
Yes,
I mean, that's really good. I mean, some Kenyans live hand to mouth. 65 shillings is the cost of bread as we speak. That was already seeming quite impossible and improbable for some Kenyans.
Yes.
So I think that's a good thing, right?
That's
that's
a proper thing.
It's a proper thing.
Yes.
But ingewezekana bread should go back to when I was growing up, bread was 30 shillings. I don't know about you. My mom tells me that when they were growing up, it was around 5 shillings.
5 bob.
Kobole. That kobole they used to,
Okay, sasa hiyo ni mkate mzima.
Yes.
Na ukitumwa nusu ukiwa na kobole.
Na ukiwa na nusu.
Zinakuwa 250.
Oh my days.
250.
Do you know, I was able to use 50 cents when I was growing up. Yeah, for like 2 seconds, and then we decided that
kumbe we ni octo.
Mimi ni octogenarian. Ni octogenarian. Something that I want to also echo here is the pun intended, eco levy on locally manufactured products drop. This is good because it is going to boost locally manufactured goods and products and also services, to say the least. And we can see that we are giving impetus to our locally manufactured
goods.
Goods. Yes. So it's a win. It's a win.
It's a win. It's a win for the companies who are producing locally.
Yes.
Yeah, because that reduction will ensure that they produce more and they sell more. But also remember that Kenya is an importer of so many products altogether than we export. So when we're talking about gross domestic product, that's why every time we talk, we say that the GDP, our GDP will always be good and favorable to us when we export more. Because when we export more than import. So as guys, we import more. And we import even hizi vitu mingi za kutoka China.
That's
so
true.
Our GDP is not favorable as we talk now.
Yes.
But again, on that issues of eco-friendly goods, we are talking more on how we want to address the issues of the climate change.
Climate change. They are called green businesses.
So we don't have a problem with taxing more on issues, on goods and services which come from outside, because some of them, they're not climate friendly.
They are not green at all.
They are not.
That's why they're cheap.
Actually, unaonanga, Kenya ndio imekuwa mahali kwa kudeposit some of those goods zenye zimetumika huko, refurbished, sijui computers,
we are a dump site.
We have the dump sites. And they're not
technological dump sites.
They are not climatic friendly. They're not climate friendly.
Yeah. So I think it's a good incentive for green businesses to be able to reduce on that taxation. I could also say that the mobile money transfer fee remaining at 15% is a little bit too high, considering that Kenya's economy is run on just even M-Pesa. Look at M-Pesa. I keep saying, if you want to shut down the economy of Kenya, just close M-Pesa for a good, just 2 days. You will see how it affects. So, and making sure that Kenya's economy is running and phone, you know how much Kenyans depend on phone transfers. I think 15% is a little bit on the higher side. What do you think? I think it's on the higher side.
15% is on the higher side.
Yeah.
And you know what they've done? They've just remained
the same as it was.
As it was. So when we talk about tax justice, we don't have a problem with that. Because it should be low. Because when you talk about digital technology, technological advancement, right now, many of the transactions being done by Kenyans are done through phones.
Yes.
And therefore, we should provide a conducive environment
Yeah.
for Kenyans to be able also to utilize
Yes.
their phone and gadget
Yes.
to make sure that it is done in a more productive and more economical, and more importantly, it's done in a way that it can bring some unga
Yes.
in their homes.
Yes.
But not now to increase the taxes for people who are using the mobile. Remember that the mobile and technological advancement is a game changer in Kenya.
That's true.
And Kenya is considered to be one of the countries which is making a lot of progress
Yes.
when it comes to the issues of money transfer,
Yes.
when it comes to the issues of digital connectivity. We should encourage it more.
Yes.
Other than tax that specific arena.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's it's one of the I keep saying I think the former president Moi Kibaki was in on the money. He knew what he was doing when he said that M-Pesa should be, signed on and gazetted, and it was his regime that enabled M-Pesa to be whatever it has been.
Yes.
I think as an economist, he was able to see that people need less complicated ways of conducting business.
Yes.
And I think that's one thing that M-Pesa has really gotten right, and also other mobile transfer mediums. Because it injects a lot of money into the system, into the country, and also to government as well. Because if Safaricom gets their cut and other investments get their cut, of course the government is also getting some of their cuts in there.
And of course,
Yeah.
it's the aspect of addressing the needs and the challenges and the
Yes,
problems which
yes.
the community have.
Yes.
Because one,
It's people-centered.
the aspect of M-Pesa is addressing some of those specific issues that we have.
Yes.
It is not the other way. You see, the first thing when you are addressing a problem is to know
What's the problem?
Yes, what's
First.
the problem?
Yes, who is facing the problem?
So,
Second, yes,
so the transformation that the M-Pesa
Has
and
brought.
mobile money
has brought about
banking
Yes,
has brought about is
it's
absolutely
quite
amazing.
remarkable. It's
Amazing.
remarkable.
Right now,
Yeah.
when is the last time that you went to a bank to queue?
I don't even know, for real, honestly. I do
mean,
not know.
I ask many Kenyans.
Yeah, they will be like, Yanini.
Wengi
M-Pesa
wao
is my bank.
wako na mobile banking in
Yeah.
their, walking
Walking banks.
walking banks.
We have walking
bank.
banks. Yeah,
So what are they doing? They are solving a problem
Yes.
which they have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would feel that the government should provide more incentive. To the digital tech, so that because that's where we are going. We are going to the era of
We are.
artificial intelligence,
We are.
and the government should provide an environment where citizens feel that they are comfortable using those mobile transfer,
Yes.
and of course not overtaxing,
That's true.
but provide a mechanism and policies which work.
All right. And it continues to say that this, by the way, the committee was chaired by Mr. the Molo MP Kuria Kimani.
Kuria Kimani.
Yes. So he said that the committee had backed the slapping of agricultural produce, including onions, potatoes, and eggs imported with excise duty to protect local farmers, again, which we've talked about. The bulk of, I think we don't need to be a banana republic, this country, we need to just incentivize our locally produced, whether it's farmers, whether it's whoever is producing locally, incentivize those are the ones that we should be putting all our resources in, ensuring that they are at least reducing the cost of production to ensure that there is sustainability within the system and within the economy. The committee has also exempted locally made bodabodas from excise duty, in what Kimani said would reduce imports and also recreate a locally thriving local assembly industry, as we've talked about. And while it has dropped some of the proposals, queries are likely to emerge on other measures that the committee has retained. Analysts during the public participation phase noted that aside from excise duty on vegetable oil, See, there were other charges that could see a significant increase in the cost of cooking oil. This included excise duty on plastic packaging and the eco levy on plastic packaging, which will not be exempt from the environmental safeguard levy that will now be on imported products. All these manufacturers had warned could see the cost of cooking oil doubling. So yeah, as that headline states, it's a win, yes, but it's not. We are not all the way there. We cannot yet hang up our boots. As Mr. Kamau was saying, that we want the whole finance bill to be repealed, and so I think Kenyans have no time to chill and relax because we have to stay vigilant. Yes, all right. So we are continuing with our discussion. We are looking at the finance bill, the conversations, the protest, what have been dropped, what would this essentially portend for the future of Kenya and even future revolutions. So you want to keep it right here. When we come back, we still continue. The papers today are painted with headlines of the finance bill. So we shall be talking more about also what the Law Society of Kenya has to say, because some in their hundreds who have been arrested out of that protest, and they were saying that they need to be released. I understand that some people are going to Kilimani Court today because of the arrest. So we shall be looking at the constitutional connotations of the picketing and demonstrations in depth, and making sense of what it means for you as a Kenyan who wants to understand what is your role to go out and picket and protest, and even does that have impact as well. Keep it right here on Power Radio. Do not touch that dial. We'll be right back.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Navutishwa, moshi pia napuliziwa. Navutishwa, naishi kama paka nalishwa. Navutishwa, haya mapenzi sijalipishwa. Navutishwa mama. Navutishwa mama. So si delivery, bombe kemikali, mapenzi halali. Nilikuanga silali, hapo awali Kanairo hakuna amani. Hakuchi on fire, can't deny. Miguu zake unzunguka kama tire. Akibend over, ni game over. Mwanga na sosi mpaka naitisha sosa. Na kulishwa matamu ya roho. Naogeshwa ngoda mbichi na valishwa kidogo tu ninyonyeshwe. Dredi zangu zisokotwe, shingo ni masajiwe. Nasanifiwa, naroliwa, kisha navutishwa. Moshi pia napuliziwa. Navutishwa, naishi kama paka nalishwa. Navutishwa, haya mapenzi sijalipishwa. Navutishwa mama. Navutishwa mama. Kuamka kung'ara na kukaa tu, kula mahaba ya kistaarabu, na tabasamu bila sababu. Kitandani nafunzwa adabu, kukaliwa, kulala kulaliana na kulaliwa. Maisha ya gorofa, nikitoka kitandani naruka kwa sofa. Wifi imelipiwa nadekezwa upara na papaswa na bembelezwa na tulizwa uso na kaliwa na sanifiwa na roliwa kisha navutishwa mama navutishwa navutishwa moshi pia napuliziwa navutishwa navutishwa naishi kama paka nalishwa navutishwa navutishwa haya mapenzi sijalipishwa navutishwa navutishwa mama navutishwa navutishwa mama.
This is Hendrix Sound.
So fresh is on the beat.
This is how we get down. Karibu Nairobi where we don't play. We got the mirror selling gomba every day. How many killer weekend in my city who on the phone? All night long, was it fun to the break of dawn? Shorties walking around, spotting the bones. 5 in the morning, singing a happy song. No matter what, believe that brother in Nairobi is where you gon' find me. Wilding out and with the rest of Nairobians. Valley lounging, skylaxing. Don't matter if you're fucking like Pepe.
Kila nazi na burudika na mboko ya mnazi koi kwa bui bui tuzila tui tui kila siku kuna niamba ya jui jui salam alaikum salam karibia hikaram samaka kupaka pilau mnati ya dam tarbush biryani kuku scale dam wenye beach party na kuchezea na mashori na tokezea na watoto wa kimanga wote wamegaga hali mgongoni hina mkono mswaga by the beach, yes, we love the cool breeze. Holidays, blow hella, wageni waje wapone machis. Land of my birth, Mombasa, mji wa raha na anasa. Wewe utakoma, chakacha na msondo ngoma.
Kenya's capital city, Nairobi is the place to be. Sip some pili, gotta go from Shatta, what's the deal? What's the deal? Humming Mercury.
Nimetuliza Bella V na Bill CV.
Okay, what behind my cheese? And my bread and enjoy the cool breeze. My city, my town. This is how we do it, this is how we get down. My city, my town. This is how we do it, this is how we get down.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up. Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
All right, Cannibal with his song My City, My Town. And after that, what you were hearing was some sounds. I was going to say sights and sounds, but you can't see. But what you were hearing is, protests voices of some older women who are protesting. I don't want us to be here and be like, okay, of course Gen Zs came and they were the main show, but it was also across many generations. And so what you were hearing was a voice of some an older woman who were clothed in their, I could see some traditional regalia. What she was saying there was that tulikombolewa, which means that the freedom was given to them. They fought for their independence, and so we are protesting against this finance bill because it is an ode to our freedom, the freedom that our freedom fighters were able to fight for. I mean, Mr. Kamau, when you see such spirits that many generations across, from Gen Z all the way till you like to call them octogenarians, coming. I've seen somebody who has called them vintage baddies. I mean, it shows that Kenyans can be united for once. I know most of the times we spend our times very in dissent and in divisions, but when it's a cause where all of us are at stake, we see that multiple generations are able to come and pull together in the fight for furthering the freedom that our freedom fighters, as the woman has rightfully said, were able to fight for us for.
It is very interesting to see the older generation also. They took part and they came out also to express their dissatisfaction on the finance bill.
Current regime. Yes,
I think it is very interesting because as we, as Kenyans are very amazing people.
Yes,
because one. When you talk about injustice happening within our country, and more importantly, when you talk about issues to do with the burden that they have, they came out to express how they feel on not only on the issues of the finance bill, as we're talking about now, but on the issues of what's happening within our country, especially on the issues to do with governance. Yeah?
Yep.
And many of them also express their opinion, especially the older generation. They express their opinion that we don't have a problem with paying taxes. Kabisa, yes, guys, we don't have a problem with paying taxes. But on the other end, let's talk about the aspect of the punitive taxes.
Yes.
Because it is here with us. Yeah? Let's again talk about the aspect of accountability. I mean, we pay taxes, but what are those taxes doing? Are we seeing the improved service delivery within our area? Is it there? It's not.
Right.
Yeah? Are we seeing the changes in life of our Kenyans? Our ambao tunaita hustlers, are we seeing their life changing?
Yes.
Especially, you remember the government came in on the aspect that they want to do transformation on the lives of the hustlers. The hustlers, they are those older generations who were protesting yesterday.
Right.
The hustlers are those young Gen Zs who were protesting yesterday. Are we seeing their life changing?
Are we?
It is not happening. It is not happening. So as much as we talk about the aspect of tax, justice, and paying, we also need to discuss about the aspect of governance, accountability, because also that is the elephant in the house.
Yes.
The other very key important issue which has been mentioned and is being addressed is the aspect of budgeted corruption.
Yes.
So budgeted corruption, the appropriation bill, which will be tabled next week in Parliament, we are talking of a budget of 4 trillion. 4 trillion.
Whopping
and
4 trillion.
And of course, it has some deficit of about is it 500 billion?
The deficit is 597 billion.
597 billion.
Yeah.
So that means the government does not know how it will raise that deficit of that money.
Which is tax.
Of course,
You can't tax people to pay off debt.
more on domestic borrowing.
Producers, exactly.
Yeah? So what I mean when you talk about budgeted corruption is the analysis of the budget are saying that almost 1 trillion has been budgeted, but itaenda kwa mifuko ya watu.
Right.
It is budgeted corruption within the government. It's doing that.
This is true.
Yeah?
Yes.
So, for citizens to address their dissatisfaction on the appropriations of those funds, then they have to come out. Because again, it's their constitutional right to come out and picket.
Yes.
When we talk about the constitutional right, we are talking about the aspect of Chapter 4 of the Constitution, which is the Bill of Rights.
Yes.
The Bill of Rights stipulates what we as an organization in the Retype project. Remember, Retype project is about rights, inclusion, transparency, accountability for accountable institutions. Yes.
So
right now, yesterday we were practicing one of the right, which we have been talking about.
Yes.
And I want to thank
take people through.
And I want to thank the social justice centers, especially. I saw Madare Social Justice Center. I saw even Ololua Social Justice Centers.
They were out
there.
Amazing.
Kajiado guys, kudos, man. You came out in large numbers. It was not politically, motivated.
Yes.
But you came out to express your constitution mandate of Chapter 4, Article 37, which says the assembly on demonstration and picketing and petition, it says every person has the right to peacefully and unarmed to assemble, to demonstrate and picket and to present petition to the public authorities.
Right.
This is what we are doing.
Yes.
That's what we were doing yesterday.
Yeah.
Hatukuwa tunakiuka sheria.
No,
we were practicing
within your law.
Our constitutional rights.
Right.
So the worst thing which we saw is the aspect of the, police brutality. Police brutality. And they have been used all along, to undermine the citizens.
Yes.
I mean, what the citizens were doing pia ni kutetea haki za hao polisi wakiwa wote. Lakini what they turned this to be a running and fighting battle between the police and the protesters. Not between the protesters and the government. It's between the police and the protesters.
Yes.
This is what we are saying was not good.
Yeah.
Because this was not in any angle politically instigated. It was active citizens who wanted to see changes, but it turned out to be police brutality. And they arrested
quite a number.
So many guys.
Quite a number.
They arrested. By yesterday, I think...
they did arrest media too.
They arrested so many
members
guys.
Members of the press. I mean, they were on their line of duty.
Yeah, even members of the press.
I
mean, the work of the media is to
go and be on the front line and to inform the public.
Give information to the public. They're arresting even the media.
That is crossing the line. That is absolutely crossing the line.
That is so sad.
Yes.
And I believe by yesterday we saw some of the people who were arrested. Thank you so much. The Kenya Law Society.
Kenya Law Society.
Kenya Law Society, and also there was a lot of condemnation by Kenya Human Rights Commission.
Right.
But we also want to see more. We want to see more. Na wale ambao wako ndani, tafadhali
watolewe
watolewe na
Without
sio
bond,
tafadhali
without bails and bonds.
yes, because at the end of the day they are practicing their constitution right.
Yes.
Hakuna makosa ambao wamefanya wakati
true.
ambapo wanafanya nini wanafanya hivyo.
Wanaenda
Again we saw
kuprotest.
the same police wakipiga
wananchi.
media wakipiga wananchi.
Tear gas, water canisters.
It is sad. I think
we are not criminals.
I think we also need to discuss more on what the police are doing on that aspect of police brutality.
Yes.
Because again, sometimes the same police who should be providing us
Protection
with protection
and security
and making sure that things are safe for us is
They're
the same
the
police who are
ones.
doing those stuff.
Yeah. And
those
it's
are,
very unlawful.
yes.
Then they need to be arrested, in fact.
Those are some of the things which we should be talking about because again we don't want this country to have such kind of aspect.
And I keep reflecting on words that the late Professor Saitoti said, that there comes a time when a nation is more important than individuals. And I absolutely think that is a philosophy that Kenya needs to hop on to in every space, whether economically, politically, socially, in our justice spaces. The people's voices must count more than the individuals. The few individuals that want to run this country as a pyramid scheme, What's your take on that?
I think what comes first every time when we are discussing about issues pertaining our country is your own personal interest and how you would want the country to be. Yeah? As I said earlier, the passion which we saw yesterday, especially for the new face of the protesters.
Yes, Gen
Zs.
Will change the world.
The passion which was there. It's not the aspect of ati tumetumwa, tumebeba mawe, we are coming to loot. No.
It's just they've had it. You know what they had was their experience with this government, and that was enough for them to be like, wait a minute, no, we are not waiting for anything more. Let's go out there and take this bull by its horns.
And when it comes to the political organization, many of the politicians, they mobilize people by giving them some cash,
money,
by giving them some money so that they come out to protest.
Right.
It is not something like that yesterday.
So we are moving away from puppeteering, which is good.
And also,
it's a new dawn.
And also the aspect of coming, doing mobilization in the new arena of digital mobilization,
digital protest, digital organizing,
digital mobilization. Those digital and technological issues.
Yes,
I think those are good eras and good lessons which you can be able to learn now and even make use of them in future. Because when we're talking about revolution, we cannot undermine the importance of the many young people who are out there and they're not employed. The many young people who are learned.
And even those that are employed are underemployed. That's also another issue.
That is, you cannot underestimate that.
We cannot underestimate that. So we want everything to be put on a level playing field. The people versus the government. Dialogue always solves the situations. We need to be able to see eye to eye. Otherwise, no, we are not going to see this country going into the pits, and we have the power.
And that's what we saw yesterday. That's what we saw yesterday. And we would encourage even all genre of people, including even the millennials, the older people,
Gen X, Gen Y, baby boomers, Generation Alpha too. I think I saw some kids out in the street. Now I wouldn't want kids to
Alpha.
be. Yes, and Generation Alpha.
And it's a good discussion which you can also discuss the aspect of involving even
children.
Those alpha to the decision making
process.
Si au alpha sindio wako kwa shule na wakati ambapo wanachagua their leaders. How do they do it?
It's the same thing.
How do they do it?
It's a good opportunity to start them off on public participation processes.
Yes.
I mean, I am seeing we have people like Greta Thunberg, the Swedish girl who was fighting against climate change.
Yes.
She was 16 by the time she came out, Somebody somebody could arguably say that she's underage, she has nothing to bring to the table, but she shook the entire conversation around climate change. And even in Kenya, we were seeing that primary kids on every Friday, they would go out to protest about this climate issue. And they were saying, you do not have the right to ruin our future, because if you ruin the planet as it is, where are we going to come up from? So I do believe that there are frameworks within which we can introduce these young people in national importance conversations.
And
debates, exactly. And so
yes.
I think it's a good way.
It's a good way, and also it's a good win. Let me tell you,
Yeah.
the power of personal stories, the power of personal testimonies.
Yeah.
And this is what those young people would be, would be willing to tell in future.
Yes.
That I participated on ABCD demonstration.
Yeah.
And out of that demonstration, there was a reduction on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And that, that will...
You see, those are the powers of
little
public
achievements here and there.
Then why should a police officer throw tear gas to a Gen Z?
Yes.
They are
A 21-year-old.
I mean,
yeah.
they are very peaceful. They don't have those crude weapons. They don't have stone. They have not been politically mobilized.
Yeah,
they are
out.
passionate on what they want
for social change. That's what they are passionate about. I wonder, from a personal level, how affirming has it been to see that all the work that you pour into, even as an implementer of the Retire project, you going there into the communities, you're teaching them about, their rights, you're teaching them about public participation, and then seeing the fruits of it. How affirming has it been for you?
Let me tell you, one thing which I realized yesterday was people have started to understand their role in public participation.
Got it.
Remember, we were again here last year on the finance bill. So many people raised their issues, they raised their concern, they did memorandums. Even as we did memorandum last time, but they were not taken into account.
Right.
So that means what? The government, through now the finance bill, the finance committee, they took citizens to a ride. The same case applied this time.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
I remember last time so many people complained.
Yes.
Lakini wana complain, lakini inafika kwa nothing was heard by the government. Yeah?
Yeah.
But right now, what happened is the same. People went to give their views, including we sat down here, we did we analyzed the bill, and we did our own recommendation.
That's right.
And I thank also the Okwa Uchumi initiative because also we brought together the views of the finance bill through the different CSOs, and they were pushed to the committee.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they didn't consider some of our issues again.
Yeah.
So again, it was taking Kenyans to a ride again. So I thank the protester, because right now Kenya wameona sasa sisi hamtakuwa mnatuchukulia for a ride. We have the right to picket. We have the right to protest.
Yes.
Now out of the protest wameanza kuona zile vitu ambao hao watu walisema wacha tuzi-include. But we are not relenting. We are saying sisi hiyo finance bill hatuitaki. Don't force it to the throat.
Yeah. And I keep saying that the power of imagery is, like it's and you can never overemphasize the power of imagery. 2 weeks ago, I saw there was the Mama Mboga revolution. I don't know whether you were able to catch on to that, led by yours truly, Eric Omondi. He had gone with the stash of Mama Mbogas and they had put down, green Spale Mboga in front of Parliament. And it was just going on to continue with this narrative that we are not waiting for you guys to give us the power. We already have the law, and that's what we are going to take we are going to take and run with, And so I think 2024 is going to be one for the books in Kenya's history books, because there has been a lot of some revolutionary acts of resistance here and there. And of course, Gen Z is being just the top tier one that we shall be talking about for a long time. But if in case you're joining us, this is the Power Morning Drive Show on Power Radio. And today's on a special edition of the Retire Wednesdays, we have been looking at the finance bill, reflecting on what it portends for the future of Kenya. The Gen Z revolution, what is the power of technologizing or, these digital platforms in ensuring that we use them amicably for the social change, the political change that we also want to see. Let's take a short musical break. When we come back, we will be wrapping up our conversation for today. Yes, keep it right here on Power Radio.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Muziki nzuri safi tamu unawakatika taji mambo mabaya taji tactics wezi bila godata upige practice ujini tamu kwa kikombe ya plastic. Sorry, out of the topic but electricity baseball life na twitter majina steam. Muziki haitaji ruhusa kugusa moyo. Ngoma imeshika basi tabasamu.
Nikafika mpaka west nikauliza kwa streets bado Yesu ndo the best, na sababu mimi ni Mkristo lazima ntabasamu nikidansi kibamba, you will play it back again. Doba tunatoa zina kill them with the flow, zinafukuza giza tuna kill them with the glow. Mwili iko easy na mikono ziko busy, weka juu iko sawa, here we go. Hii muziki haitaji ruhusa kugusa moyo. Ngoma imeshika basi tabasamu. Muziki haitaji ruhusa kugusa moyo. Ngoma imeshika basi tabasamu.
Nilipita gate man na guess what, ngoma na play ni tabasamu. Ali request tena na tena, pia alituma masalamu, so mi hutabasamu nikisoma psalms, neno inabamba tamu sana kama plums. Basi tabasamu, God will lift you high.
Ngoma imeshika basi tabasamu. Ngoma imeshika basi tabasamu. Ngoma imeshika basi tabasamu. Ngoma imeshika basi tabasamu.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
siishi bila wewe, ukinia tukienda zako penzi wewe. Kama ni ukweli yale nasikia kwa majirani, ya kwamba utakuja kwenda zako, uliniahidi tutakuwa tukijadiliana, kama swali yangeleta utata. Kwa nini chini unanificha yanayokusinya, lakini unayosema ni majirani? Kwa nini kando unanificha yanayokuudhi, lakini unayoteta ni marafiki? Ukiniacha nitalia, ukiangaza kwanza baki naumia. Kama ungelijua uoganilao kukupoteza, ndio nasema baby, nakuomba please baki na mimi. Nasema penzi, nakuomba baki, tujaribu tena, tunayo nafasi ya kuanza tena, tunayo nafasi ya kujikosoa, haturudi nyuma kamwe, haturudi nyuma kamwe, tulia nawe.
Watu wanasema kama karibuni wewe unaoa tena, na kwamba nianze kujipanga.
Si ukweli, nimekataa.
Ni tahadhari kubwa kwangu na unanitisha, sijue nimekosea wapi. Uliniahidi kama kila jambo lote la nyumbani ni muhimu kuliweka wazi. Nikukishenge uguma buligi umbabaza, kandu zikungukunda
nanje nakukunda yo.
Nikukikundo kumune umujenya, ukicha matwengu kunda. Ukiniacha nitalia, ukiendeza kutabaki naumia. Kama ungelijua uoga ninao kukupoteza, ndio nasema baby, penzi wangu. Nasema penzi, nakuomba baki, tujaribu tena, tunayo nafasi ya kuanza tena. Tunayo nafasi ya kujikosoa, haturudi nyuma kamwe, haturudi nyuma kamwe, haturudi nyuma kamwe. Nakuomba please baki na mimi.
Baby please,
nakuomba baki, tujaribu tena, tunayo nafasi,
tunayo nafasi
tuanze tena, tunayo nafasi
ya kujikosoa, haturudi nyuma kamwe,
haturudi nyuma kamwe,
haturudi nyuma, tasonga mbele, tasonga mbele.
Tunayo nafasi,
tasonga mbele, haturudi nyuma, haturudi nyuma, baby, baby.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Miss Juliana Kanyamozi and Kidum with their song there. It's playing right here on Power Radio. This is the Power Morning Drive Show. Now, as we wrap up the show, Mr. James Kamau will take us through some timelines of the finance bill. Let the people know. So now we have andamanad, tumekula tear gas, vizuri jana. What happens from this point going forward?
What will be happening, and I'll actually start from yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
The committee report was tabled.
Yep.
That is yesterday in the afternoon by the chairperson of the finance committee, Mr. Kuria. And then I can say that the report is available at the parliamentary website. I hope it is available. Those who are listening, maybe you can check that report at the parliamentary website. Remember, as a Retype project, we are talking more on the aspect of access to information, and therefore it is the role of the Parliament to ensure that some of those reports, they're accessible to the Wananchi, so that Wananchi can scrutinize the report and also be able to do what we are calling public participation again on the report. So please check whether that report is available in the website. And then from there, the committee chairperson, he moved the bill yesterday. So the debate is going to happen today. So this is today, Wednesday morning and afternoon. And definitely because of the heated argument which has resulted from the SMS and also the calls which the MPs have got. I know the debate will go until late today. Yeah?
Yep.
Again, from there will be, there is the aspect of the amendment deadline. Yeah, which is supposed to be Thursday. That is tomorrow at 1 p.m. So we are hoping all the amendment which will be done through the debate that's being done today in Parliament, the amendment, the deadline for those amendments will be tomorrow, Thursday at 1 p.m. And therefore, the voting will be done tomorrow. Yeah?
Yeah.
So that means that the second reading of the finance bill will be done tomorrow, and the voting be done. And therefore, the committee of the whole sitting will hear the report.
Yeah.
That is after the second reading. We call it now the third reading, where the committee of the whole House hear the report, and therefore they are able to vote. And by voting is when we say that the House consider the proposed amendment and also approved by the Speaker.
Yes.
So that is a timeline which will happen on the issues of a finance bill. That is between today and tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we're expecting that the voting will be done tomorrow. Then after that, next week, remember this is how the finance bill is how the government is planning to raise some revenue, is planning to raise some funds for appropriation. So next week, we'll have appropriation bill being done, the first reading. Appropriation bill is now the budget. Sawa sawa?
Right.
So serikali ishajua jinsi ya kupata pesa. Yeah?
Yeah.
Which will be done by tomorrow. Sasa next week on Tuesday, we'll have now the appropriation bill, which is the budget being tabled on Tuesday by the committee chairperson, who is Dindi Nyoro, saying, sasa kwa jinsi ya serikali yenye tumeweza tutakusanya hizi pesa, kwa hivyo budget yetu ni hii. So appropriation bill, it will be tabled in next week.
Right.
So that's the timeline for the finance bill and also the appropriation bill.
Yeah.
So we are still calling the Kenyans to continue
being vigilant.
Yes, text your MP.
Yes.
And WhatsApp them.
You can
call them. Tell them that hii bill bado tunaona mambo si mazuri.
Tengenezeni mambo.
Hii bill mambo si mazuri. Continue to do that.
Yes, there is a on Pawa 254's Instagram page. Head out there and see the numbers of your local MP. Tulichapisha hapo fearlessly because we are those people. So where do we go from this point?
As we have said, what we'll be doing is to ensure that we are becoming vigilant. Yeah? Because at the end of the day, if the finance bill passes the way it is, again, iko na mashida.
Yes.
So we are still calling the Kenyans. Nyinyi wa Kenya ambao hamukuweza kuparticipate.
Next week.
Just know you are letting
of the Kenyans down.
Yes, nyinyi wa Kenya wenye mnakaa tu huko mkigojea mambo ifanyike, mambo haitafanyika hivyo ati hivyo ati kama mmekaa. Make sure you are doing something. We are just telling you. Namba za MP wenyu, namba za namba za MP wenyu, kama hachukui simu WhatsApp yeye. Yeah?
Yes.
Kwa sababu hatutaki kuona watu wakikandamizwa.
Yeah.
The second thing which is very important, we are talking of, we are calling the county government also, kwa sababu pia the county government they are going through also the same process.
Right.
They are passing their finance bill. I think they are passing their finance bill in the course of this week, and then they are doing appropriation bill, that is the budget by the end of this month.
Yeah.
Because mwaka ya serikali ni kuisha inaisha.
Ndio
Ndio tuingie.
1st July.
You remember
I
we
remember.
talked about that mwaka ya serikali inaanza 1st July.
Yep.
So we are also calling nyinyi ambao mko huko county, you citizens ambao mko huko county,
Yes.
ensure also that you do a thorough follow-up on what is happening within the finance bill of your county and also the appropriation bill or the budget of your county.
Yep.
Because if you don't interrogate those things, you again mutaanza kucomplain ya kwamba serikali inatulipisha tax kubwa, serikali haifanyi hivi, serikali haifanyi hivyo, na wewe you didn't participate in the budget making process.
Yeah.
Because when we're talking about participating in the budget process, it starts with yourself. And it is the right time to participate so that your views and opinion can be heard. Remember, hata kama mambo mingi haitaweza kukua included in some of those budget document, and when I mean what I mean when I talk about budget document, I mean the finance bill and also the appropriation bill, which is the budget. Hata kama mambo haitawekwa, just know that you participated in ensuring that the country is moving in the right forward, and therefore you are alleged.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what would be your clarion call be for anyone who feels like hainihusu, mimi ni baby girl, mimi ni baby boy, siwezi ena kukula tear gas?
Sasa nyinyi wenye mnajifanya ati baby boy, baby girl, hautaki kukua involved. Wewe gojea saa zile kitakuramba, saa zile utaamuka upate
mkate ni 500.
Ama mkate ni 250. Na wezi afford. Gojea saa zile utaamuka upate the cost of electricity iko juu. Saa zile utaamuka upate matatu ya kufikisha from point number 1 to point 2 iko juu, na uwezi na una hiyo pesa. Ile wakati utaamuka upate ya kwamba barabara ya kukufikisha from point A to B
kuna potholes ama haiko
na haitengenezwi.
Yes.
Gojea tu ile wakati utaamuka, ufungue tap, upate kuna maji for 5 days, 10 days. Hiyo ndio wakati utaamuka, ndio wakati utajua wale watu ambao walikuwa wanataka kufanya protest, afadhali ningewa join.
Right.
So make sure wewe ambao uko huko, hakikisha ya kwamba you are doing even the the smallest issue.
Right.
And the smallest ni kutext your MP. The smallest is at the local level, text your MCA. Mwambie mambo ya finance bill ya at your county level.
Yes.
Mweleze mambo ya budget at your county level.
Right.
But the worst thing, baby boy, baby girl, octogenarian, sijui au millennia, Gen Z wenye walifanya vizuri sana. The worst thing is to keep silent. Those people who keep silent, hao ndio wale wabaya sana.
The enemies of progress.
Those are the enemy of the progress of Kenya.
Right.
And also we call upon the government, na pia polisi, wakati unaona watu wakiprotest, please give them security.
Yes.
Musikue wagumu nao. They are doing that because they want this country to move in the right direction.
Amazing.
Wale wote ambao walishikwa, again we are appealing. We are appealing
in fact,
to the government and demanding wote waachiliwe because walikuwa wanafanya hivyo kwa sababu wanataka kuona nchi ikiendelea.
Amazing.
Yes.
Mr. James Kamau,
yes.
It's always a pleasure to have you in studio with us. You share very much needed insight and we appreciate you for that. that has been our show, guys. Retire Wednesdays comes to you every Wednesday. So we do this again next Wednesday, same time, same place. But for me and Wanyoike and the rest of the team that has made this broadcast successful, we just want to say thank you so much for tuning in, for commenting. If you commented, for liking, if you did as well. At 11 a.m., the She Talk Show will be here. You can also catch Gift of Gab later on for some good, exciting show on hip hop and everything in between. Wacha mimi nione kama nita protest. Sijui kama nita protest peke yangu. Ama organizers wote walishikwa sana, ningoje hadi next Tuesday. I don't know. But we are out. See you on Friday.
Bye.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
In my mind, baby, is where you spend most of your time, baby. So many signs say yet to need perfect design, baby, yeah. Wangu ni wewe, kienda milele ntangoja. Najua kwa wengine ntakukosa, kubali Mwenyezi, tuzeke pamoja, takupenda milele. Like I never loved in my life, so love me like you never loved in your life. Whenever we're together, oh life so nice. Kama sijakupenda then I never loved you like I never loved in my life. So love me like you never loved in your life. Whenever we're together, oh life so nice. Kama sijakupenda then I never loved in my life. I thought I was fine, baby, until love came and opened my eyes, baby, yeah. Perfect design, yeah. You came to me right on time, baby, yeah. And you know you did, and you know you did. Wangu ni wewe, ukienda milele ntangoja. Najua kwa wengine ntakukosa, kubali Mwenyezi, tuzeke pamoja, takupenda milele. So love me like you never loved in your life. Whenever we're together, oh life so nice. Kama sijakupenda then I never loved you like I never loved in my life. So love me like you never loved in your life. Whenever we're together, oh life so nice. Kama sijakupenda then I never loved you like I never loved in my life. So love me like you never loved in your life. Whenever we're together, oh life so nice. Kama sijakupenda then I never loved in my life.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.